It's William, and it's Monday. Boy, is it Monday. I think it's the first angry customer I've had for like the last year and a half, 2 years. It was today. Can't keep my camera straight. It's Monday. So, today's update, this week's update, I wanted to run by a couple of things that have been happening over and over and over again. I call it a repeating nightmare. Repeating plumbing call. It's funny how you can go for 2 months without touching a water heater, and all of a sudden you'll do 4 of them in a week. Similarly, I have been I'm on my 5th call for leaking showers and or bathtubs this week. 4 of them were tile, and none of them were drain related. All of them had an issue with seals. The one that was not tile, it was the handles, the escutcheon plate, and all that. It wasn't sealed properly, or well, it was at one time, but it became unsealed. Whereas the tile tubs and showers, nightmare. They all are just coming apart at the seams. They were basically, the grout was cracked, missing, loose, you name it. I had one where there's 4 tiles trying to just fall right out of the wall. Why is that happening? I think it has a lot to do with the weather. Weather affects plumbing quite often. It has a lot to do with the fact that, well, we're in a season change right now. I'm in the great Northwest, Seattle, Washington, and, well, it's getting cold now for the first time this year. And that means people are going indoors, and they're staying indoors more and more often. That means they're noticing problems that they have had for a while. A lot of these leaks, I don't think they just occurred this week. I think they were just noticed this week. Now, on the other hand, when it's warm, you gotta think about it. Water evaporates a lot easier. So you're not gonna be seeing those puddles piling up, and it's just gonna be drying up much quicker. The other thing is heat expands, cold contracts. So you imagine it's getting colder just by a couple of degrees is all it takes. And now this grout that was cracked, loosely fitted, wearing out, wearing down, it now has a much bigger gap in terms of water resistance. A crack the size of the thickness of paper can cause a pretty good sized leak by the time you're done with a shower. I mean, if you're spraying water directly on that crack, which happens when you're in a shower, you're splashing water all over the place. I mean, it gets everywhere. And that's something I wanted to bring up also. When you guys are looking at these bathtubs and trying to diagnose, is it the drain? Is it the fresh water line? Is it the shower head supply? Is it the spigot supply? You gotta think, okay, well, let's test it. Turn the water on. A lot of these guys, I see them, they show up, they turn the water on, they don't see anything after 30 minutes, they leave. Well, great. That means your drain's probably in great shape. It means your shower's in good shape. I mean, your valve and your supply lines. But it doesn't mean the shower is in good shape. Your customers are paying you good money, so at least try to get them an answer. You know, that's one of the exciting parts of this job, for me anyway, is trying to figure out what exactly is going on, breaking down the job and figuring out why is this happening. And so even though we're not tile guys, let's try to give them a diagnosis that they can go with from there. A lot of times, like this last week, it happens to be just the tile. Instead of telling them, hey, yeah, well, it's the tile, good luck, see you later, because, well, for one, these tenants they answer to property maintenance companies that really don't care because it's not their plumbing. So you leave them with this problem. Guess what? It's probably going to take another week before they actually get a tile guy out there to resolve the problem. So, hey, if you can charge another hour or two, go through there with some caulk. You know, if you feel comfortable with it. Some of you guys suck at caulking. I mean, some of you guys should never even touch caulk. So, if you're comfortable with it, if you're going to make some money doing it, if you can do a good job, I'd say go ahead, try to seal it up. Give them a temporary repair is what we call it in our company here. Temporary repair, not a permanent fix. And, you know, get them some relief, basically. Like I said, you could be looking at a week out. I've heard before where it took a month and a half for this company to call out another professional and get the issue fixed. Why? Well, the landlords don't have a lot of money either. Sure, they're charging an arm and a leg for rent, but what do they get? An extra $200-300 a month? Well, you think they're saving that? You think they're putting that away? No, they're blowing it. They're probably doing like everyone else. They're probably blowing an extra $200-300. It's a nice thing to have every month. $300 can go pretty fast. A lot of them are not just putting that money away. They're trying to profit off of it. They're trying to use it as part of their income. And then all of a sudden this house starts breaking down and they have to fix it. Well, guess where that's coming from? The landlord's probably working another job somewhere. He's not just sitting on his ass waiting for a problem so that he can go save the day. He's got to get the money up before he can call another professional. You got to understand, us plumbers, our companies are charging an arm and a leg. I mean, they're charging for good service. That's what we're trying to give them. They're looking at $400, $500, $600, $800 sometimes, and that's a lot of money for the average Joe, which a lot of these landlords are. They're just the average Joe. The downside on it is these property maintenance companies are probably taking a cut of that. A lot of times they say, hey, yeah, let's take care of your maintenance. The benefit with using us is we have all these contractors and we'll use the cheapest ones, you know, and the other benefit is these contractors want to keep our business, so they'll give us discounts. Well, that's fine and dandy, but these property maintenance companies are sitting out there marking up another 5, 10, 15% on top of that bill before they hand it in to the landlord. And that's how they make their money. Is they're waiting just like you and I are for a problem so we can make some money off of it. So, like I said, you know, it'd be great if you're able to, if you're comfortable with it, to go ahead and try to give them a temporary fix. It's going to cost the customer, what, another $100, $200 for you to sit on your rear and basically throw a bunch of caulk on over the seal or the seams on a tile surround. So that's all I got for right now. Hope it helped. Hope it made you think about something. Have a great day and tune in for the next one. Later.